I'm thinking about the intro to this video, how confident and driven I was, getting ready to show you guys how to do it right. Don't do it like how I'm doing it. Help me. In today's video, I want to dye with woad. This year I managed to grow 4 woad plants, and they're rather large now, large enough that I can start clipping the leaves and then start dyeing with them. Now, woad dyeing is complicated, at least at first glance. There are multiple methods and there are multiple steps in each method, and I find that many of these, at least modern methods, require chemicals that are at least not easily accessible to me. And for such a small dye experiment, I don't feel like it's justified to go out of my way to buy something that I may never use again. So that was the initial barrier for me, and there's a lot of information out there. There is, but my brain is wired a bit differently, and I found the information to be both overwhelming, unclear, and not only that, many of the videos that I saw, they were basically fail videos. I think I have now understood it, and I want to take you guys along. Now, I haven't done the dyeing yet, so either this video will end up being a somewhat of a simplified tutorial, or it will just join all the other woad fail videos on YouTube. Wish me luck. Okay, that was very fast. That was like 3 minutes or something, and it's already at 50. So I'm gonna take it out of the ice bucket or ice bath. I will now add 1 teaspoon of washing soda, and what I'm trying to look for here is a change from this brown solution to something yellowish green. Now, in practice, the solution will end up being from 9 to 10 in pH. I do have pH strips that measure that far. I think you can probably get them in pet shops, like if you have an aquarium or something, but you don't need them. I'm using them because I have them, but you can see if you have been successful if there is a color change in your solution, okay? So don't worry about it if you don't have it. Okay, so here's my washing soda. Use safety glasses. And my notes say 1 teaspoon for 4 liters of water. That much. Oh, I don't think the camera caught it, but I think there was a change. Okay. Use this to mix it up. Oh, yes. Oh, yep. The lighting is not catching that. It turned. Stir in washing soda. Okay, then it says that I have to aerate this solution for 10 to 15 minutes, either by whisking or pouring this from one bucket to the next. Okay guys, I've been going at it. It is hard work and I've resorted to whisking it. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. It's turning blue, the foam. It's greenish, but more blue. But I will continue because my findings say that if you stop too early, you won't get as much yield, and basically you'll be throwing out a lot of potential pigment in the next stage. So it's just a matter of elbow grease now. I'm gonna go at it. Despite me having my detailed notes here and trying to be efficient and prepared, I've been at it for a while. I think I started at around 7 and it's 10 p.m. now, but everything is done. I just need to do some tidying up. But yeah, that took a while. The aeration was rather difficult, especially pouring it back and forth between buckets. That wasn't even that heavy. I mean, I started with 4 liters. Maybe if I recreate this again, I would go with a whisk. Maybe an electric one. But, you know, that's expensive for just making it a dye. It's the next day and I've had a look at all of my flasks. They still look rather murky, I must say, but it looks promising. It looks promising. At least the top starts to look yellowish green, and then I lifted one of the bottles and I could see that the sediment is settling at the bottom and it's blue. So I think it's working. It's just taking a while. And in hindsight, I guess I don't need to do this step. The reason you would need to do this step is if you would want to concentrate your pigment in one jar instead of having them in all of the containers. But I don't really need that. I don't really need it for long storage because I just want to dye with it now. So I think we're just gonna go for it. As I mentioned, I'm not gonna let any of this settle. I mean, it's looking promising. It is. You see there's a lot more clear liquid there, but I'm not gonna wait and I don't need to wait. And in this pigment form, I believe it is heat proof. So I'm not too worried about burning it just yet. It's when you add the honey to your solution that you need to be extra careful. So I will try my best now. I have 4 liters of my indigo slush and I want to make the whole solution to 5 liters, so I will add water to the rest. And I will put everything in my pot that is heating up water at the moment, and I want to bring up the whole solution to 50 degrees. If it goes a little bit over, it's okay, but once it hits 50 degrees, then I have to add about 2 teaspoons of the washing soda, and then gently on the side pour in my honey. Don't use white sugar, don't use other sugars. You want fructose. I wasn't gonna go buy fructose powder, so I'm resorting to honey. Okay, I'm pretty sure I measured this to be about 5 liters, but it's more than that. It's more like 6.5 or even closer to 7. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but here we are. The whole thing is now at 50 degrees. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of washing soda. And now the honey. I've dissolved this in hot water. The moment that I put this in here, I need to be careful. Once the honey is in there, I can't heat up this whole solution above 60 Celsius. I shouldn't be stirring it around. Yeah, that's basically it, I think. So I need to pour this very carefully on the side and try not to reintroduce too much air into here. And I would have known that the solution has turned once it's, I believe, was it yellowish green? And then there will be bluish foam at the top. Oh, and because I'm using honey instead of pure fructose, the reaction is gonna happen a lot slower, so it might be at least an hour before I see anything. Could be longer. I'm gonna cover this up and I'm gonna probably put some blanket that I'm not too attached to around the whole thing just to insulate it, and then I'm gonna put this on my bathroom floor and then I'll check on it in about an hour and see if there's any change. Per now the whole thing looks like murky greenish blue, so we shall see. And according to my findings, the water should turn like yellowish green, and it's that color. It's that color. But I don't know. Let's just go for it. Okay. Carefully drop it in. Okay, that does not look promising, but let's give it a wait here. Okay, I don't think the vat was actually ready yet because this is still white. If I look a mess, it's because I am a mess. I have been trying to turn this vat since like 5 p.m. It's nearly 11 and it's not happening. I struggled with the temperature, so I did end up putting it in a bath, but luckily for me, I decided to measure the temperature obviously outside of the bath, and it more or less was at around 45 to 50, so that's fine. But it never turned. It never turned, and I even did test. I even dipped the wool twice, and nothing. And then I realized just now late that my instructions that I made for myself, they only accounted for 5 liters, a 5-liter vat, and now I have like 7 liters. So I feel rather silly now. I should have adjusted the washing soda and the amount of honey. So I did that now. I added a bit more washing soda and honey, and I just have to leave it overnight because there's no way I'm just gonna stay up an hour more to try to figure this out. And the actual last stage, the actual dyeing of the wool, takes quite a long time as well. So it's been a long day, but I'm not gonna give up yet. I still haven't ruined it. Technically, I could, if I want later on, I can extract the pigment again and then revive the whole vat. Maybe I need to get a different configuration. Maybe I do need to buy fructose, but my goal here is to make it with what I already have. And no, I'm not about to pee in this bucket, although it's tempting. And that means I should be going to bed now. This project is definitely showing me my place. It's been about 2 weeks since my last update, and that's because I decided that I just need to order some fructose. I think using the honey kind of messed things up for me, and also not collecting the indigo sediment and figuring out how much stuff I have to work with. So I think that's where the whole thing went wrong. I have the fructose now. It just took forever to get to me. Believe it or not, where I live, they don't sell fructose in any physical shop, not even like the hobby brewing shop. So I need to order it online, and then it took forever to get to me. In any case, I have everything I need now, so I'm a little bit excited and nervous. Let's see if this works. I'm not quite sure what I will be dyeing yet. I'm not quite sure I even mentioned this disaster here, but basically I used the leftover leaves to dye this, and it came out like a very light coral color. But my issue is I think I felted this. This is BFL, and it's not as smooth as the original undyed stuff, and it's like a little bit tough here and there. I don't know what happened, and at this point I don't want to ruin more of this same wool if the dye bath isn't going to work. Instead, I do have some hand spun already. This is actually the original stuff I ever spun. This was like my first tank ever. I've been on and off about this. Like, I want to keep it and look at it, but then again, it's like, well, I want to use the stuff I made, right? So if the vat works out, maybe I'll do one of the hanks. I don't think I'm gonna have enough dye stuff to do both, and I'm aiming for a darker blue, so I think we'll stick with just one, and I can have the other one for keepsake until I get tired and decide to do something with it. Anyway, enough talking. I really want this to work, and if it does not work out, I still have some leftover woad outside. It's not that much. I was looking at it yesterday and I saw that one of the worm caterpillars nearly finished eating the whole plant that I was saving. Like the one plant I didn't harvest from because I wanted it to bloom. Yeah, like that plant is nearly gone. It's eaten. So this project, it doesn't want to happen. During those 2 weeks that I've been waiting for the fructose, I have also been trying to gather all the sediment from all the jars that I had and wash all the sediment to try to take out all of the plant matter. And then in the end, I have this much to show for it. There's still a lot of gunk down there. It doesn't look very blue at the moment, but it really is. Like, once I mix it up, you can totally tell. And the lighting again here, it's a bit weird, but here we go. This is what I have. I think I have less than 10 grams. Realistically, probably like 5 grams or something. So I'm not very confident, to be quite honest. I will put everything in this big pot, but I won't go higher than 4 liters because I just don't think that there's enough dye stuff here actually. My goodness, this does not look promising at all. My one last chance for the year at least. All right, in this container, I have water that's between 70 to 80 degrees. That is 15 minutes and I'm supposed to cool it down quite fast. I'm just gonna move it to this flask here, and I wanna avoid the sediments. Okay, this needs to be at about 50 before I put the washing soda. This might have been the culprit. I mean, it's supposed to be washing soda, but I have bought also the real thing. Just gotta shake it. And you know what? I think it might have been the washing soda I was using because, well, this looks a lot more blue than what I was working with earlier. Do you see? Oh, it must have been that washing soda. Okay, there's still hope for me, guys. There's still hope for me. I mean, I'm taking this personally now. That is a lot bluer than what I had earlier. It's obviously a learning process, but I'm very sad that I wasted all of those other leaves earlier. Because look at how much pigment I have with those few leaves. Just look. And the culprit here, it's this. It's supposed to be washing soda. It says here on the back that it's washing soda. No. So what I used here now, it's actually, I got it from a place that sells chemicals, so I know it's the real thing. So be careful if you're going to be using stuff that you get from the grocery store, even if it says on the label, maybe it's not completely 100% washing soda. The whole thing is a solid 47 degrees Celsius. I put two tablespoons of fructose in here with a little bit of warm water. I'm just going to mix it up. Is it doing anything? I don't know. This looks a lot darker. It does. Than that other slurry I was working with. I just did a small sample off camera. Look. It's blue. It is blue. It's very mild blue, but it was there like for 5 minutes. I just rinsed off this some piece that I did and it all came off. It has not turned, guys. It did not turn. I'm committed now. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Reality check here. It's late in the evening. And believe it or not, I have not managed to turn this despite adding enough fructose, having it between 40 to 50 degrees. It's been going for hours without any success. I've tried a few test pieces with some leftover spun yarn. Nothing. And I'm about to rage quit because I've been going at this for the past 2 weeks without success, and I'm at a loss. It's a tragedy now. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. So I think I'm gonna leave this as part 1. Watch me slowly rage quit. And hopefully, if there's a part 2, maybe that will be more successful. I mean, I was so hopeful when I saw the solution turn blue after I added the real washing soda. So much so that I went and picked the rest of my plant that all the caterpillars had eaten. And I made a mixture of that and I'm letting it sediment because I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll accumulate a lot more pigment and then do a larger project because I've been wanting to do a Viking style outfit. And I thought if I get enough linen and enough dye stuff, I can just paint the whole or dye the whole thing blue. Clearly not. So I'm going to leave this as part 1 and yeah, let's just leave it at that. I'm thinking about the intro to this video, how confident and driven I was, getting ready to show you guys how to do it right. Don't do it like how I'm doing it. Help me. Okay. Thank you for sticking around, I guess. See you next time.